Hello everyone, my name is Mehak Madan and I welcome you all to my channel Grab It. Please subscribe to my channel and do hit the bell icon in order to get regular notifications. और अब आप मेरी वीडियोस को हिंदी में भी देख सकते हैं। इस वीडियो से मैं अपनी वीडियोस इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में बनाऊंगी। अगर आप मेरी वीडियो को हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में जो लिंक दिया गया है उस पे क्लिक करके आप मेरी वीडियो हिंदी में भी देख सकते हैं। Okay, so before we start, I would like to tell you that today we're going to discuss some common errors that we do in English. Well, this is part 2 of the video. If you haven't watched part 1, then please watch it. It will be useful for you. So, in this video, we will discuss the following errors. Difference between it's and it's with an apostrophe, then or than, affect or effect, and in or into. Starting with the first error, it's. The first one is it's with an apostrophe. Okay, let me tell you in brief what apostrophe means. Apostrophe is the comma that you can see above the letter T. This basically helps to write contraction of something. For example, it's with an apostrophe means it is. So, it's is a contraction of it is. By contraction, I mean a shorter form of something. So, it's with an apostrophe is a contraction of it is. Now, let's have a look at the example. It's a wonderful day. Here, it means it is a wonderful day. While if I see the other one, which is it's without an apostrophe, it means a belonging to something. If something belongs to something, then we use it's without an apostrophe. Let's look at the examples first. The dog is in its house. Here, the house belongs to the dog. Hence, we're using it's. And also, dog is an animal. So, just like we use his or her for a man or a woman respectively, similarly, here we will use it's for the dog. The next one, the company will be completing its 12 years this month. So we are referring to the fact that our company is about to complete 12 years this month, which means that company again is a non-living entity. So we're using it's for it. And you need to understand that 12 years belong to the company. Okay, so the company is celebrating its anniversary. Hence we're using it's without an apostrophe. Here we can't use it's with an apostrophe because then it will become it is, and the meaning that will come out will be the company will be completing it is 12 years this month, which will be wrong. Here it is has no use, hence we can't use it's with an apostrophe here. Therefore, you need to remember that it's without an apostrophe. It's without an apostrophe, I'm stressing it's without an apostrophe, is a possessive pronoun. Therefore, it's without an apostrophe means a belonging to something. I hope you're clear with this. Moving on to the next one, difference between then or than. The first one is then. Then is used for a point of time. For example, he went to his friend's house yesterday. Then he decided to meet his aunt too. So first, the boy or the man went to his friend's house, and later he decided that he will meet his aunt as well. So then here is referring to a point of time when this person decided to meet his aunt, while than is used for comparison of two things. For example, Manya is taller than Sanjana. Here, I am actually making a comparison between two girls, between Manya and Sanjana, right? So for comparison, we use than, and for any reference to a point of time, we will use then. The next one is really important. A lot of people do mistakes while they are writing these two words, and many of the people use these words in place of each other, which is wrong. Let's understand the difference between affect and effect. Both are different. Starting with affect, let's quickly move to the example first. Junk food affects our body adversely. Here, the sentence is telling us that junk food is harmful for our health. Hence, it affects our body. So, if you can see here, affects is acting as a verb. Okay, if you haven't watched my video on verbs, please watch it so that you're able to understand what a verb is. Briefly, I can tell you that a verb is any action word which is defining an action. So here, junk food is the subject and affects is actually an action word. So affect actually means to have an impact on something or to have an influence on something. That's the meaning of affect. And affect is usually used as a verb. While if we talk about effect, let's come to the example first. The effects of pollution are vividly visible on our health. Effect here does not stand out as an action word or a verb. It is being used as a noun here. Again, if you haven't watched my video on nouns, please watch it. You'll be able to have a better understanding of this video then. So effect basically means a product or a result of some kind of change. For example, a change has occurred and it has led to something else. So that is the effect and not the affect. Okay. So coming back to the example, we are talking about the result of pollution. Pollution is a change that has come in the society and its result. What is the result of it? That will come under effect. Hence, affect with an A stands for a verb, while effect with an E stands for a noun. The last but not the least difference between in and into. First of all, we need to understand that both of these are prepositions, and now I'll explain what is the difference between these two. The first example says, Naina is in her room. The second example says, Naina ran into her room as soon as she saw a cat. If I talk about the first example, here, Naina is in her room. Here, we can't see any kind of movement. There is no movement in this sentence. But if I talk about the other sentence, which is Naina ran into her room, here is a movement. Naina ran into her room. So it's a movement that's there. There's a movement, and therefore I'm using into. From there comes the difference between in and into. Into is always used in reference to a movement. So if there is a movement in any sentence, we will make use of into and not in. And if there is no movement, then in is appropriate. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. Bye-bye, take care. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.